Yeah. What's happening, monkeys? What's up? How y'all doing today? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. You settled into your work week. You got things in motion. Getting ready for hump day tomorrow. How y'all doing? Y'all good? Let me adjust this camera a little bit. It's my big ass head. Yeah. Yeah, man. How y'all doing today, man? Y'all good? I'm good. Yeah. Let me show y'all a little something, man, that I found that may lend itself to this video. And it's pretty much going to be the topic of what I want to talk about today. Um, it's my solution to a bit of a problem, excuse me, that I see. I want to make sure my computer is plugged up so that I don't lose power. But I saw a little something and I think I needed to share it with you all because I think you all should have a reaction to this that is similar to mine. And mine is to wage lawfare against your enemies. What is lawfare? Some of you all may ask. Well, lawfare is weaponizing the law to your advantage. Why do I say that? I say that because you have a group of people out there that will um, wage lawfare against you, and they will use it to cause you to lose your jobs, ruin your reputations, put you in jail, and in some cases, get you deleted. So the thing about it is that this same group is one of the groups that asks for equality, which I'm fine with. Okay, you want equality? Guess what? You're going to deal with the same consequences for bad behavior that myself and other men will have to deal with. We're going to call the police on you. We're going to get you arrested. We're going to get you fired for your jobs, from your jobs for inappropriate behavior. We're going to expose the things you do that we see as being negative. On social media, we're going to get your platforms removed. We're going to report you. We're going to do everything you do to us. We're going to do it first. Why do this, you may say? Why do that, Mr. Royce? That's not cool. Well, it's not cool that they do it to you. And the only way to get their attention and to get them to leave you alone is they have to know that you are ready and willing to do what it takes to defend yourself. And you are ready and willing to do what it takes to bring them in compliance with the law and with policy and with appropriate social behavior. Let me see if I can find this video. I'll play it. You guys tell me what you think about it. I'll give my commentary. Let me see. I'm having a little trouble. Give me a minute. Pull this up. Let you guys see what's going on and see if you agree with my reaction and my solution to deal with this problem.
Which things they do, knick-knock shit.
Okay, let me deal with this audio, and seems like YouTube wants to give me a hard time showing this video. I don't think YouTube likes this video much.
Which things they do, knick-knock shit all the time, and then want to cry when somebody busts a cap in their ass. To me, they're the enemy. They always will be. I hate them, but yeah, to me, all black men are zero tolerance. Like, don't talk to me, don't look at me, don't even breathe in my direction. I will start crying and I will call the police.
I love calling the police on.
Yes.
I love it because they tighten up. They turn into a whole different person
when that tail and run.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
I think she should apologize to white.
Knick-knock shit all the time, and then want to cry when somebody busts a cap in their ass.
All right. When they say quote unquote eggnog, they're talking about you. They're talking about you. And they're not differentiating. They're talking about all black American men. Black Americans, African Americans, whatever you want to call yourself. They're talking about you. Let's continue.
To me, they're the enemy. They always will be. I hate them, but yeah, to me, all black men are zero tolerance. Like, don't talk.
Well, what did she say? Let's go back a little bit.
Zero tolerance. Like, don't talk to me, don't look.
Let's go back again.
But yeah, to me, all black men are zero tolerance. Like, don't talk.
You see that? You see what I'm talking about? Let's continue.
Talk to me, don't look at me, don't even breathe in my direction. I will start crying and I will call the police.
I love calling the police on.
Yes.
I love it because they tighten up. They turn into a whole different person when
that tail and run.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
I think she should apologize to White Zaddy because this is the White Zaddy Awards, and she tried to put her dead husband in there. In there. And that's not right.
Your camera came on unapologetic.
I know. I'm a bad bitch. I don't care. Which things they do, knick-knock shit all the time, and then want to cry when somebody busts a cap in their ass.
Yeah. You see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm talking about, gentlemen? Did you see that? They called you enemies. They called you knickknacks. They said that they're going to call the police on you every chance they get. They're going to use the system to go after you. They're going to use all the tools within the system to go after you. This is a problem because you could be minding your own business, going about your your daily travels, your daily tasks, your work duties, and you could have a woman with this mentality in your vicinity. What up, Mike Reed? You say Stragnesia? Yeah. You could have a woman like this in your vicinity, and since a lot of violations are a matter of perception, she could perceive you as somebody. She could use the law, workplace policy, social norms, so forth and so on. She could see you as a person. She could use these things against you to bully you, to oppress you, to put your life in danger. So I myself understanding this, I'm of the mindset of do it to them first. If you have a woman like this in the workplace and she, if you hear her say things like dusty, knick-knack, um, you know, stuff like this, write a report and send it to HR. Make yourself a copy and keep it, because if they come after you, because lots of times these workplaces, these jobs will come after you. Your employers will come after you because this woman will say, so and so was bothering me. He was saying stuff I don't like. He did this, he did that. You have documentation. Not only that, also, I would say send it to the EEOC. So if something happens to you, if you get fired, if you get uh, written up, reprimanded, anything, you have an uninterested third party that will have documentation of what you witnessed coming from this particular individual. You have to do that. You have to protect yourself in these workplaces because a lot of uh, a lot of these types of women, they're in HR. They're in HR. They're in various different positions to where they can enforce policy against you. They can use policy fair, they can use lawfare against you. So you're going to have somebody on the outside looking at this situation, so that you can either protect yourself and or get restitution from their workplace bullying. That's the same thing, you know, well, it's a little different when it comes to you know, reporting them and or getting them fired. Um, on the law enforcement side of the game, you see um characters like this. You know, if you happen to, yeah, I don't care who it is. If you see women shoplifting, starting fights, stealing, different things like that, if you see them committing a crime, call the police on them. You guys got a bad habit, and that's not all of you, but there are some out there. There are men out there. I'll put it that way. There are men out there that will they excuse the bad behavior of women that they wouldn't accept from men, and this gives women power and coverage. They don't take the illegal and inappropriate actions of women as serious, and therefore they don't put the police in these women's life. In 2024, we need to change that. We need to send them to jail. Send them to jail. Send them to jail. They're not gonna hold them in jail long anyway. So they might as well send them. Let them spend the night in jail. If they're neglecting their kids and abusing their kids, call DCFS on them. Call the police. Call DCFS on them. Record them. Record them. Anytime you see them doing something they got no business doing, record them. Do not be afraid to pull out your phone and record them. Treat them like you treat the police and record them. The most powerful thing you can do is to record them and put those videos them on social media. I would say put them on social media or give them to a content creator so that content creator can put them on social media. Get it out there what they're doing. Get it out there what they're doing. They've already said you are the enemy, black man, black American man. You are the enemy. So you might as well give them no quarter. You might as well treat them like your enemy. They treat you like the enemy. So you treat them like the enemy. Call the police on them. Call DCFS on them. If you find out one is receiving public assistance and they're doing stuff like selling their food stamps and stuff, report them. Find out what information you can and report them. Video record them. You're going to have to do that because you're going to have to protect yourself. Mike Reed says catching the image might crack my screen. That's a risk you might have to take, though, bro. You know, unfortunately, that's a risk you might have to take. You know, I mean, you're a business owner, and you may come across one of them in business, and you know, we all know that they are horrible at customer service. Many of them are lousy at customer service, um, and you know, the thing about it is they get away with they get away with stuff like that. And so um you have to make them pay a price because guess what? If you did something they don't like, they're going to make you pay a legal price. It is what it is. I don't care about you know, your mom and your sisters being black, you know. Um, I don't. Women that are not attached to you, that have this attitude and demeanor, that have this approach to life, that have this outlook of you need to to make them pay a social and legal lesson for it. You need to make them pay a workplace effort, a consequence for it. You know, you can't you know, you can't be you can't be forgiving because the only way they're going to change their behavior is if you put the force of policy or the law behind on them. They put them people in their life. Mike Reed says, I don't service last shops or bundle stores. Hey, but you service grocery stores, you service restaurants, and guess who's there working them counters? Guess who's there working those checkouts? Guess who's there working stock? It's them. If you have to go fix freezers in Walmart, you're going to have to come across them. And the thing is, if they get out of line, don't say nothing. Document it, record it, timestamp it, send it to their bosses. I've done it. I've done it several times. I am not gonna lie. I did it at the airport. I've done it at grocery stores. I've done it at restaurants. I will call management in a minute. I will call corporate in a minute on one of them. I did it at a bank. I don't I don't mess around with them, man. I don't mess around with them because somebody else who is more respectful and who appreciates their job could have that opportunity. You know, send them back home to their mama's couch. Send them back home to their mother's couch, man. You know, when it comes to situations that they have to deal with in court, make sure you record them. I don't care what these people say. When it comes to policy and stuff, and these people prohibiting recording, I don't care about that. Record these people. If you know if you know some injustice is going on, and that if it was you in that woman's place and you had to go face them people, you know what they would do to you. Make sure they do it to her. They wanted the equality, give them the equality. If you got to go to HR and talk to Brenda, Tamika, and HR, record it. Especially if you know it's on some BS, record it. I don't care. Take that iPhone in your pocket, turn that phone on, record that conversation. Put that phone in your pocket, but somewhere where it can pick up the audio and record it. Record it. Record it. Do not hesitate. Do not feel sorry for them. Um, don't feel sorry for their kids, because in the long term, when they don't act right, the kids suffer. So don't feel bad for them about that little situation with the kids in the here and now. Think about those kids long term. You know, she get in trouble with them people enough times. She'll get her act together. She get her act together. And you know, truth be told, I've reported white women at work. I've reported black women at work. I don't care. I don't have this I don't have a discrimination when it comes to reporting. I report them both. I will tell on them. I'm telling. That's me. I'm telling. I'm telling. Them kids stick you in. You're back anyway. Yeah. Yeah, you know they're gonna cut her loose about them kids. You know they're gonna cut her loose about them kids. So yeah, you know, don't have an issue with reporting these women, because um somebody has got to fix them. You can't do it, so let the government fix it. They belong to the government anyway. They belong to the state. They belong to the corporation. They belong to the institution, and they belong to the streets. Let those entities handle their property. You know, and I'm not saying go looking for stuff. Well, you know, if you see it, you see it. I'll put it that way. If you see it, you see it, and if you see it, you need to document it. I don't care if it doesn't have anything to do with you. If they are treating other people poorly, if they are abusing the status and position, if they are taking advantage of the disadvantaged, or the disabled, report them. Report them. You know, get them, get them, either get them fixed or get them out of there. You know, I see too much of this. You know, I see way too much. You know, there's no reason uh places, you know, like uh fast food restaurants, and commercial businesses should have to um have their customers put up with the bad behavior of of mean people, you know. So report them. You know, you see, you know, you see them out acting a fool, doing crime. Report them. Report them. Call the police on 'em. Let them go to jail. Let them go to jail. You know. So, like I said before, like I just showed you, they look at you as the enemy. They look at you as the enemy. So, yeah. Mike Reed says them kids stick you in your back anyway. I think you mean them kids would stick you in your back anyway. Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. You know, absolutely, absolutely, man. You know, um, they they talk about protection and all of this stuff when who's being who's being protected from them, the stuff that they do. Shout out to Dirty Folks. These are professional fight promoters. They are violent towards everyone. They beat up men, they beat up kids, they beat up each other, but nobody can do anything to them. But the system. So make the system do its job. Make the system do its job. They belong to the system, so let the system handle them and their nonsense. Why should you or the rest of the tax-paying public have to suffer through the bad behavior and criminal acts of women, regardless of their race? You know, make Fannie and Kim do their job. Make Fannie Willis and Kim Fox do their job. And when they don't do their job, go to the news. Talk about it on the news. Tell your story to the reporters. Come to social media. Tell your story. Make sure the public does not get complacent, and make sure the public is aware of the poor behavior and criminality of this group of people that say that you're the enemy. Don't be afraid. You know, and that's not that this is not a situation of where it's all women or it's all black women, because most most black women simply want to live their lives and go about their business and take care of whatever it is they got to take care of. And I've got no issue with that, because and that's most people in general. That's most men, that's most women, that's most people in general. They just want to live their lives, go about their daily tasks, do what it is they got to do to get by and be left alone. I've got no issue with that. That being said, you have some people out there that, you have, there's a saying, and the first time I heard it was from Eddie Griffin, probably about 15 years back. He said the two most racist groups in this country are white men and black women. Where's the lie? Where's the lie? On my ADOS side, I've had, you know, uh, I've had black women say some pretty racist stuff to me. It's pretty racist stuff about my wife. I've heard them say pretty racist stuff about white people in general. Far more often than I've heard white men say racist stuff. Say racist, horrible stuff. Stuff that if a man said it, he would be in trouble. He would be socially shamed, so forth and so on. And they get to say whatever they want. Them days are over, gentlemen. Them days got to change. Them days got to change. It's a new day, and nobody's tolerating bad behavior. You know, they want equality, then they're gonna get equality outcomes where, they do something they got no business doing. They're gonna deal with the consequences and repercussions of bad behavior. Now, if they do something positive and stuff, hey, listen, I have no problem with them receiving the accolades and the praise And the money, whatever comes with doing positive stuff, I got no problem with that. I've got no problem with them having the opportunities. But when they do dirty stuff, when they do mean stuff, when they do when they break the law, when they violate policy, tell on them. Get them out of there. Get them removed. I used to work. I used to work in a county jail. I used to work in a county jail, and the women there were some hard. It wasn't all of them, and I dare say it wasn't most of them, but it was a lot of them that was horrible, man. It was sneaking in drugs all the time, having sex with inmates, stealing money out of the inmate welfare fund. Just they're doing all kinds of grimy stuff, lying, just destroying marriages, you name it, they was involved with it. It was just some horrible people, man. You know, and they had nothing impeding them. You know, some of them got caught for they some of them got caught, a few of them got caught for having sex with inmates, but not as many as were were alleged that we knew about, you know. Um a lot of the other stuff. I knew one woman. I used to work with this guy who he was going through a split with his wife, black female, and she would call him at work and she would tell him, "Guess what I'm doing?" And I heard her say this because he put her on speakerphone. She was like, "Yeah, I got this dude in your bed," and she was describing the sexual acts that they were doing. Would have this guy just all flustered and angry at work and stuff. And one day she did it, and he went and uh later on that day, and he acted a fool with her. Ended up getting arrested and losing his job. You know, she goaded him into doing something and then played the victim. I've seen stuff like this, man. I've seen women run up on guys, uh, attack them. I seen a woman stab a guy in the head with a fork because she thought he was cheating on her, and when she stabbed him, his reaction was to strike her to back up, and the police was the police officers was going to take him to jail. And I was like, no, she stabbed him in the head with a fork. He's got a fork sticking out his head. He's the victim. If somebody attacks you with a sharp object, what you do to defend yourself? Can you really be responsible for defending yourself against a sharp object that could kill you? A fork can kill you. Mike Reed said, talk about meathead. Yeah, man. Yeah. Jimmy Allen says, damn. He says, wow. Yeah, man. I've seen some hellified stuff, man. You know, um, I knew of a girl who very narcissistic. She would get into arguments with her brother and she would physically attack him. And then he would whoop her ass, and then she would be like, "You put your hands on the female." I was like, "Well, you put your hands on him first. You took it from an argument to a fight, and you chose to attack him. You chose to try to scratch his face up. That's horrible. Why would you do that over an argument?" but she felt he was more wrong for retaliating than she was for being a physical aggressor against her. You know, and you know what? And really, this happens more often than not. Most uh, domestic violence situations are actually bi-directional, consistent bi-directional violence, and it's really a mutual combat situation. And the thing is that there's legislation called the Violence Against Women's Act to naturally give women more protections than men, even if women are the aggressors, which is why it is important that you video record women and you audio record. And if something's not going right, if you have the inkling that you probably should be recording an interaction with a woman, then do it. Do it. Just do it just to be safe. If nothing becomes of it, it's just to be safe. But if something becomes of it, you can at least try to defend yourself with the evidence. You know, it didn't work for what's that guy? That was he just got convicted of because he was defending himself against a woman that was attacking him, and her finger was broken in process. Uh he was found guilty of that. You know, this is a reason for it is things like this where men need to start voting down some of this uh, extrajudicious protections that women have and start, voting to what was that guy's name? He's a real popular actor. He said that dumb shit about telling a white woman he wants a woman like Coretta Scott King. I was like, man, you woo, okay, all right, man. You know, um, I cannot think of his name right now. Um, he was a real hot actor. But even at that Tory Lane situation, um, yeah, it was Kang. The Kang dude, man. I can't even think of that guy's name right now, man. I keep wanting to call him Isaiah Washington, but Isaiah Washington is a Jonathan Majors. Thank you, Mike Reed. I appreciate you, bro. Got my back, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, I kept wanting to say Isaiah Washington, but Isaiah Washington was a different situation. He told one of the Rainbow Riders, he called one of Rainbow Ride is a name that they don't like, and he ended up losing work behind that. Got to think is going through. Got to think is going through all that worth it? Yeah, yeah. You gotta do something to protect yourself when you have encounters that don't seem uh like they're gonna go in a easily resolvable way. Um, I just got a woman fired from Home Depot not too long ago. She wanted to yell at me about something that was sold in the store. I brought a fuel tank into the Home Depot to return it, and she went off, don't bring that in the air. You're gonna blow us all up. I was like, you sell it. What are you talking about? I reported her right to the management. I ain't seen that woman since. I go to Home Depot all the time. I ain't seen that clown since. So I think that was a good written situation. I think uh I think they got rid of her. I'm 90% sure that they got rid of her and they sent her packing. But yeah, I don't tolerate bad behavior from women that I am not related to and that didn't come from me, If you're not a family member or in my circle, I'm not. I'm not playing games with you. I'm not none of that stuff. I'm not excusing your behavior. you're going to deal with them people. I'm going to put them people in your life. I have no problem doing it. You can call me a snitch. I don't care. I'm going to snitch until I die. You know, you're not finna have me in the middle of your stupidness, and you're not finna, you know, you're not gonna be the aggressor towards me when I don't give people reasons to, you know, if I don't agree with you, that's not a reason to for you to try to, be the aggressor against me, because you're gonna have a problem. I know I can't, take it to, I know I can't take it physical. So guess what? I'm going to put your handlers are going to handle you. You know, I'm gonna make you report to them people. They're gonna ask you what your problem is, you know. So yeah, but man, this is the mess, man. We as men we got to deal with, and modern times require modern problems require modern solutions, and the modern solution is to give women the equality that they want, even when it's uncomfortable and inconvenient, and especially so with black women who behave inappropriately or illegally. You know, we saw the video. We saw the video. And there are other videos like that. That's not the only one. That's just the one I showed you guys. I've seen several videos like that. You know, what up, extended clips? Nice of you to join us, brother. I appreciate you being here. So yeah, man. You know, um, I think in the near future, you're gonna see a lot more of them go to jail. A lot more of them are going to go to jail. A lot more of them are going to get fired. A lot more of them are going to be exposed uh, for fraud and fraudulent behavior. Look at that situation um, that just happened recently on the East Coast with all those nurses with the fake degrees and cheating on the NCLEX, which is the nurse licensing exam and stuff. You're going to see a lot. You're going to see an increase in the reporting of, bad behavior from Keisha, you know. And since they, you're the enemy and they want to be a separate group, treat them like a separate competing group. You don't help the competition. You don't excuse the competition. You know, you don't you put the pressure on the competition, and the way to put the pressure on the competition, and what we're talking about is getting them fired, reporting them to the HR, getting them arrested, getting them exposed, all of that. Put the pressure on. You know, when they get out of line, make them pay a price. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. What do y'all think, man? What do y'all think? And don't mistake, this is not me expressing hate for women or black women. And I've said this before. You know, there's a lot of cool black women out there. Most black women are cool people. They just want to live their lives. A lot of them are misguided. As far as social political issues, in my opinion, a lot of them are misguided. A lot of them are voting for the things that don't benefit them in the long run. It is what it is. But as people, they're nice people. Most white women, they're trying to figure out they're trying to figure out how to get the best deal they can. Most of them just want to live their lives and stuff. Most women are not terrorists. The problem is is that there are female terrorists that have to be dealt with. They have to feel the effects of the system. They need that. They need a boot in the ass. you know, they need a boot in the ass. They be it be it legally, be it as far as career wise, as far as social norms and stuff. They need to pay a price for bad behavior, for and for illegal behavior. You know, so Mike Reed says we should have equality in every way, especially under the law. Um, well, the problem with that is that we also have a society that looks at, these women are, they get to say that they're victims and they want to be equal, and and they're the weaker vessel. They know how to twist the narrative when it is convenient, and the fact is they can have babies, which I have no problem with if they how they want to deal with pregnancies. I just don't want to pay for it. You know, um, I don't think it should be state funded. That being said, you know, I, I think society should be as equal as possible, and it's not. You know, so I'll agree with you on that. That we should have equality in almost every way. Um, Extended Clip says accountability should be spread across the board. Of course, it should be, but it's not, and it's not spread evenly. And that's the issue. That's what we're talking about. Keisha gets a pass 9 times out of 10. Mike Reed, shout out to Mike Reed. Facts. You know, they get up there and they cry. They like to tell they whenever they get in trouble with the police, you notice all of them pregnant. I'm pregnant. They all in some stage of pregnancy when they get in trouble with the police, even though they are doing stuff that would put the baby in danger and stuff that would warrant calling the police. They all claim to be pregnant. I don't know if they're pregnant or not, but it seems that it always comes up when they have an encounter with the police. You know, I'm pregnant. Okay, all right. We don't believe you. You need more people. Yeah, yeah, but equality across the board. Well, first of all, y'all know what I think about women and voting rights. Um, if we want women to have voting rights, fine. I'm cool with that. They should have to sign up for selective service in the draft. They need to be able to. They need to be obligated to go off and fight in war on the front line of this nation's wars if need be. If they don't want to do that, then they don't deserve voting rights. It is what it is. You know. You want to be able to vote and have your say. Cool. Fill out this selective service registration. You don't want to do that? Go sit down and shut up somewhere. you know, let the people who are willing to put it all on the line and give it all, let them vote. You know, that's how I see it. If men had to do it, the reason black women have gotten the things that they have gotten and have made the advances that they have made because black men fought and died for it. It's because black men fought and died for it. Went over and fought this nation wars only to come home to the threat of being strung up in a tree somewhere. And now they get to twerk in the middle of the streets and act a fool. You know, I take an issue with that. You know, some goofy women said, we want to be infantry, we want to be on the combat forces and stuff, and women didn't push against that hard enough. Guess what? Put all of them bitches in the infantry. Selective service in the draft, send them all to infantry. Have fun with that. Infantry sucks. I know. Being in combat arms in the military sucks. For women that think they can do it, go watch Saving Private Ryan. Go watch Black Hawk Down. Go watch Band of Brothers. You know, go watch one of them movies. Talk to them old men that lived through that stuff. Extended clip said read by the boot camp. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. You know, they want all of the benefits and accolades. Well, guess what? You got to deal with everything else that comes with it. Yeah, man. But all right, I got to end this here. This is a short one, I know. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I got a little work to do. Got some errands to run, and you know, I may come back later. I may not. It depends. Let's see how the rest of the day goes. But I appreciate you guys being here. As you all know, this is Mr. Royce of Royce Media. Like, share, and subscribe. Get in the comment section. If you guys want me to talk about something, you know what to do. Send me an email. You know, it's Mr. Royce J88 at gmail.com. It's in the bio. I appreciate you, brother. You know, I appreciate you, Extended Clips. I appreciate you, Mike Reed and Jimmy Oliver. I appreciate you guys stopping through, listening to me babble. Um, this is not the last babble I'm going to do about this, because there are a lot of instances where we as men, um, we need to put them people in these bras' lives. You guys take it easy, man. I'm out of here. Peace.